The Eurovision Song Contest is almost indescribable in terms of its scale, in terms of its craziness, but I would liken it to probably the musical version of the Olympic Games. I think there used to be a standard Eurovision song or sound that tended to do well. So the likes of ABBA, they had a certain type of music and that tended to do well in the contest. Now it's evolved though. The winners have all been very different for the past 10 or 15 years. So I think what is doing well in Eurovision is no longer what used to do well. So I think the contest has changed, it's evolved. I think on the night there's no set song that tends to win. Every year seems to be different. But it used to be very much a song in English with a key change. That would be the one that does well, but that's not true anymore.
We followed you since the big robot. Hi, gorgeous. Can I give you that, please? You look amazing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah!
The songs that tend to do well in Eurovision nowadays are sort of outlandish. You know, if you look at the Finnish performance in 2023, the song was called Cha Cha Cha. It was almost like a big chant and a really captivating performance. Similarly, the Swedish winner, Loreen, had a very unique sense of style, a very unique way of performing. So really to do well in Eurovision, you need to stand out on the night, and to do that, you need to do something that's completely different to everyone else. And that is really what started, I think, this trend of quirky entries. But quirky entries have always been in the contest. Even in 1981, the UK entry Bucks Fizz ripped their skirts off and revealed a costume change. That was all as part of the performance. This is what happens in Eurovision every year, and this is why I think it's still interesting after nearly 70 years. I think the European Broadcasting Union are in a tricky position when it comes to politics, because on one hand they have to have freedom of expression, but on the other hand they've got a television show to produce. And you have a large-scale international event, all the ingredients are there for political controversies, and that's happened in the past. I think the slight challenge has been that they've taken a stand against Belarus and Russia recently, and yet other countries are in the competition that they tend not to take a stand against. So Israel, Azerbaijan. It depends on, you know, what is the politics, what's the acceptable level of politics. And that also comes into some of the entries. You're not allowed political entries, for example, and yet Finland in 2013 had a song about equal marriage. You had other songs about world peace. Technically, they're political too. So what is the division between politics and non-politics is quite a blurred line.
She just won Eurovision! To SVT, you've made history tonight, right?
Are you kicking me out?
Sweden just get the Eurovision Song Contest. They know how to stage their entries, they've got a brilliant record industry, and really that goes back to the launch of ABBA internationally 50 years ago. They used Eurovision as a springboard to launch their careers, and other artists have emulated that. The Swedish music industry is very strong. Other countries in Eurovision also buy in Swedish songs, Swedish songwriters, so it's almost like an international collaboration now. But Sweden just get it. They know how to do it, they know how to stage their songs, they know how to host Eurovision. They also know how to have fun with it in a way which is entertaining but also respectful to what is probably one of the biggest cultural events in Europe, certainly part of our popular culture, and certainly now almost something we've all grown up with.